Okay, this is something that I'm so excited to talk about. Oh my god, let's talk about my favorite thing in the world. Dancing. Now, people have told me that I'm a wonderful dancer, a beautiful dancer. My dance teacher said I had so much technical potential when I was 10 years old. And some people have told me that I can't dance, that I'm horrible, that I just look possessed. Maybe that's the point. But altogether, and anyways, I love dancing. And first and foremost, I do it for myself. I do it so I know what it's like to trust the spontaneity of movement, the feeling of that in my body. And it honestly helps me alchemize my way through the changing seasons of life, through the unpredictability of the present moment, of the future too. Learning how to just dance for my own enjoyment, and then progressively adding some more of my technical abilities to the dancing, admiring contortionists and admiring acrobats, and even going into learning circus arts. I have enhanced and emphasized my love for dance and for movement and for physical expression. And a very large piece of the puzzle here is that these people that tell me and that tell you that we can't dance, regardless of our skill levels or abilities. If we can move at all, we can dance. If we're alive at all, we can express. And if we can move, we can dance. So to tell anyone that they can't dance is just a bunch of horseshit. All it takes is some repetition in the devotion and the practice of moving your body, of putting on some music that you love feeling inside, how it makes your body feel, will reflect in your movement. So maybe first really get into songs that you love and get into songs that feel like you at the present moment. There's sad dancing, and that's beautiful. There's grief dancing. There's healing through that. There's ecstatic, joyful dance. There's blissful dance, orgasmic dance. There's every emotion in between that can be expressed through movement and through dance. I love it so much. All humans are capable of feeling this full range of emotions. So all humans are able to put their experience of any particular emotion into dance. And honestly, right before I began making ASMR, I was desperately searching inside of myself for what my message was, for what I wanted to share with everybody, because I knew I wanted to grow a platform somewhere. And the ASMR happened on an impulsive accident where I posted 4 ASMR videos on a new account and went insanely viral for Lord knows what reason, to teach me that not every success is the one that works out for you. Not every success is authentic to you. You have to learn the hard way to divert your path, to follow your heart. But anyways, before I made ASMR, I was just on the cusp of putting together all I wanted to teach people through dance, through the healing medicine of movement. And it is medicine. Allowing your body to move will release a lot of trauma that is being held onto in your muscles, in your body, in every part of your body. When you go out and you have a wonderful time dancing, why do you feel a release from that? Why do you feel free? Why do you look forward to it all week? I know I used to when that was the only time I allowed myself to dance. But now dancing takes place in your room with the lights off, not looking in the mirror. That's what really helps you begin to drop into your body and not worry about what it looks like, because it really doesn't matter. And especially at the beginning, it does not matter what your body looks like, what your movements are. If your movements are repetitious, it doesn't matter. It's a good thing if your movements are repetitive, because you're building muscle memory and you'll be able to put all these new things that you try together as you slowly link which movements flow into the next. You'll find that out just through practice, just through having fun, just through listening to some of the same songs a few times. whatever you want to do, whatever you feel called to do, you'll dance and you'll have an amazing time. And if you hope to maybe put together everything that you learn artistically in some way, just watch dancers, maybe take a dance class, maybe take a circus class, take a stretching class, go to yoga. Like anything that's just gonna build your repertoire of the ways that you know how to move your body and get your muscles used to all these adaptations and movement and all these places that you can grow from. It's not all about technicality and skill and being on beat and all this stuff that can be so overwhelming to someone that makes them just want to sit down and not dance. Forget about all those things. When you were a kid, why did you dance? Why did you dance when you were a kid? I'm getting emotional. You danced because it was you. Because you heard the music. Because it was expression. Because why not? Because here you are. Here you are on earth with your ears. And you can hear music. You have the gift of being able to hear music. Don't you want to dance? Don't take that away from yourself anymore. Even I'm being reminded of the importance of dance right now. Because trust me, I still feel self-conscious so much. I go watch live music and I purposefully always treat it like it's a little bit of a performance for me. And I have unhealthy and healthy relationships to dance still because I'm an imperfect human who's just on the way to becoming less insecure and more trustworthy of myself. But I'll go out and I'll go to live music and I'll dance, and do you know what one of the most amazing things about that is? Is that the musicians thank you for dancing. When you go to a live music event and say there's not so many people there, they're not a huge artist, you being out on that dance floor and enjoying yourself and listening to their music, being a part of what they're doing on stage by expressing yourself in response to their music, it's a gift. It's what musicians long for. Dancers. And not just professional dancers, not just dancers for them to put in their music video. They want people to dance because they enjoy the sounds that they're making. That's what's so beautiful about this exchange. And that's what helps me build my confidence, is knowing that, whether or not every move I'm making is perfect, or if somebody back there is judging me while I'm up here dancing and moving my arms freely, it's not about that. It's about, I'm making this person on stage feel less alone. We're in this together. I'm supporting them. And they're there for me to enjoy myself. Come on. We gotta come back to just these basic concepts of why people enjoy things and why people choose certain passions and why people express themselves to begin with. We have become a society that is so fearfully afraid of expressing ourselves because of all these circulating collective judgments that nobody really owns, that we would all be better off without. But in the meantime, they are teaching us valuable lessons on how to let go and how to become even more courageous and even stronger just by ourselves through what we're able to do and what we're able to achieve regardless of them. So I think that's so important. It's so important to remember why we love dancing, why we love music, why we love community. These things are so important. Talking about this reminds me of how at the very beginning of COVID, when I had to quit my job, and I was in this lull, this space between starting school and quitting my job, my 9-to-5 in a warehouse, I just started dancing again. I started filming myself, and I have a lot of these old videos of me dancing in 2020. And I was coming back to something that I loved as a child. After many years in high school and in a work environment that just did not facilitate a freedom of movement in any way. You know, there's a very robotic way that we accept ourselves and each other in these environments. And it's all about being square, picking things up. There's barely a rotation, honestly, of the abdomen. And that's just not a healthy, sustainable way for a body to move for the length of your life. And coming to realize this, that's when I started to just prioritize my movement over how it looks or even how awkward it felt. Like, yeah, it feels awkward. It feels awkward at the beginning, let me preface that, okay? Because, you know, your balance, where's that at? I don't know. Like, you stand on one foot for more than a millisecond. Can you hold that balance? Don't let these things discourage you. Because at the beginning, it's all awkward. It's all awkward. But is it better to just go through a period of awkwardness and to come out the other side a butterfly? Or to not even go into the cocoon and not even try? You know, I think we know what that results in for a lot of people. And there's mobility issues. People are put into nursing homes earlier than they would have been had they not maintained some kind of healthy routine, be that spontaneous or rigid, whatever. And so if you keep dancing through feeling uncomfortable in your body and maybe disappointed if you turn on the lights and look in the mirror, or if you video yourself and you're just like, oh, I can't watch this, I shouldn't do that again. I want to hold you in some compassion for a moment and say, I know what that feels like. Even now, I love dancing so much and I've practiced it more in my own unique way for a couple years. And I still will watch a video of myself and be like, the pieces aren't fitting together, you know, whatever. Or maybe there was a better way for me to move from that move into that move. But then that's where you can become like a choreographer. That's where you can become somebody who artistically pieces together movement. But regardless of that, I do believe through just a practice, a devotion to yourself and to your body, that enjoying music this way is so healthy for you. And over time, you're going to build a resiliency, you're going to build muscle memory and trust in yourself, that when you hear music, your body is just going to become it. Whatever that looks like for you. It's just going to feel fluid. It's going to feel like a flow state. It's the same state that the musician is in when they're making the music. So it's a beautiful thing to connect with music this way. And when you do it a lot of times, you get better at it. And then you'll feel more comfortable doing it in public. Now, if you get really bold and brave, like I kind of have, you can go out dancing alone at a place that you know will be relatively busy. And if you just stand there dancing like your true self, like the person that's having fun inside of you, like the little kid that's like, oh, I hear the music, I love dancing. I would go to the club and do this sober, I promise you, I would. I don't know if I sound super crazy or not. I'm just letting you know that I am speaking from experience. If you go out there and you become what you want the dance floor to be, even if it's not too busy, even if there's people on the sidelines not coming to the dance floor yet, if you go out there and you start spinning around and enjoying yourself, you're going to immediately encourage other people to do so. And even if you go alone, there's going to be people who will love to dance beside you, talk to you, and you can dance. You can have that loud music, because I know loud music really helps me connect and enter that flow state more organically and more immediately. The louder the music, the more it just kind of infuses my cells with the desire to move. And I often feel like I have those cursed little dancing shoes on my feet that I can't take off. When there's loud music, I just have to move. It's inherent to hearing music for me now, and I think that's a good thing. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think a lot of people would feel that way if they slowly freed themselves the way that I have worked towards doing. But remember that starting small is key. I didn't just go out there immediately and have the confidence to do that. And I still feel sometimes overwhelmingly self-conscious while I am still dancing, you know? That's just how it is sometimes. We don't immediately free ourselves. It's very hard to in this society. It's very hard. But the important thing is that you show yourself enough love to try. You know, if it takes you to look at like an old picture, an old video of yourself as a child, and sometimes I do that and I feel like that little girl is gone. That makes me sad. I don't want her to be gone. I want her to live through me in every moment. I want her to live her dream through me in every moment. And that requires dancing, for me especially. So if that's you, I strongly encourage and I support you in just turning off the lights, putting on the music, and moving. I love you so much. Thank you for listening. Mwah.